you can count on. You're watching WTVM News Leader Now. Sponsored by Montlick & Associates, Columbus Injury Attorneys.
And tonight, a well-known East Alabama man is found dead inside his Smith Station home. Tonight, we'll take you inside the investigation as detectives search for a killer.
And a Troup County man who is accused of threatening his daughter, then shooting her, dies minutes after being tased. More on the chilling 911 calls leading up to his death. This is not the correct video. We'll have more on National Signing Day as well.
And today, like you said, many high school athletes waiting for committing to play for a college. Sports Leader 9's Dave Plata will have more on the National Signing Day.
And today, the first day of February, we find our temperature at 71 degrees here in the Fountain City. We'll talk more about how long the warm air sticks around and keep looking ahead to that upcoming weekend.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us for News Leader 9 at 5.
Well, a well-known suit salesman in Columbus and East Alabama, Deacon, is found dead inside his Smith Station home with ligature marks around his neck. Now, a murder investigation is underway in Lee County. Our Elizabeth White joins us live from the Lee County Sheriff's Office. And Elizabeth, any suspects named at this point?
Well, Barbara, according to Lee County Sheriff Jay Jones, they don't have any persons of interest or suspects, but his investigators are following up on leads. Here's what we know so far. Tuesday night, we understand a relative of 54-year-old Ricky Brooks went to his home to check on him, and that relative discovered him dead inside his Lee County home along Lee Road 237. Investigators say there were signs of struggle inside his home. The preliminary cause of death is asphyxiation.
That's what I can't imagine. I can't imagine. That man get anything for his life, and he'll give you anything for his life, and then this just don't click. I've been on days all day thinking, who would do something like this to Ricky?
Now, Brooks' 2004 silver Chrysler Pacifica was missing from the driveway, but it was recovered just a few hours later, abandoned in Phoenix City. Sheriff Jay Jones is not releasing the exact location of where that van was found. Now, Brooks was well known in East Alabama and in West Georgia and Columbus as well. He was a deacon at his church, and he sold suits at Looking Good in Columbus for nearly 27 years. Coming up tonight on News Leader 9 at 6, we're going to speak more with Brooks' family and some of his former co-workers in Columbus. They say he was well known and well loved.
Yeah, that's right, Elizabeth, loved by a lot of people. And Brooks's body has been sent to Montgomery for an autopsy. If you have any information on the murder, you're asked to give investigators a call at the sheriff's office.
Family and friends say their final goodbyes to the fourth child killed after a mobile home fire in Opelika. The funeral for 3-year-old Bryson Core was today at the Evergreen Cemetery. Bryson died from injuries he sustained in the January 12th fire that killed 3 of his sisters. His other sister, Kiana, is still recovering now from that fire at a children's hospital in Birmingham.
Meantime, the attorney for the mother of the children killed in the fire released a statement today following the funeral. It reads, quote, "My family and I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone that has aided us in this trying time, whether it has been financial donations, meals, prayers, or simple words of encouragement. The outpouring of support from the Auburn-Opelika community has been truly overwhelming, and we are eternally grateful." This is only part of the statement. You can read the full statement under the local tab of WTVM.com.
An ongoing investigation into Troup County today after a 911 phone call ended in a LaGrange man's death. 44-year-old James Thompson died after a confrontation led to the man being tased. News Leader 9's Parker Brenton is live now in Troup County where the incident happened. And Parker, tell us how all this went down.
Yeah, Jason, deputies are telling me that there was some sort of dispute just inside the home when the 911 phone call was made. And when they got there, they told me family met them outside claiming 44-year-old James Thompson was inside threatening with a gun and a knife in hand. Thompson then steps out of the home holding 24-year-old daughter Kylie Thompson that he allegedly shot in the chest. Here are some of that exclusive 911 phone call that started the deadly incident.
Now he's got a gun?
Yeah, he's got a gun. He said he's about to shoot her. Look, you can get somebody out of here right now. Fast as you can. And if somebody got a gun out there, somebody to get out of here. Yeah.
Thompson dropped his weapons when deputies asked him, and when they went on to resist arrest, and then he was stunned by a taser, deputies performed CPR, and it was too late. Now, the county deputies here don't actually wear body cameras, but there was some dash cam footage, and it is still under review, and we'll have more on that exclusive 911 phone call coming up on News Leader 9 at 6. Now we're live in Troup County. Parker Branton, WTVM News Leader 9.
All right, thank you, Parker. And Newsletter 9 has you covered on all these stories on WTVM.com. Just go to the local tab, click on the story you want to read more about. We have a full look at what police say happened from Elizabeth's story on the Smith Station death investigation there as well.
Turning now to our weather, that stretch of colder temperatures seems to have come to an end, at least for now, as we look live right now. This is out in Toomer's Corner down in Auburn. It's been a very nice day once again.
Yes, sunny, nice out there for the start of February. Storm Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Derek Kincaid is in our alert center tonight with more on the weather.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, beautiful day out on the plains for sure. This morning, a little cool, most spots in the low and mid 40s, but as we talked about yesterday, not quite as chilly as it was early on Tuesday morning. So a little bit of a difference out there this morning. Right now, very warm. 70 in Auburn, 71 in Columbus, Albany 71. This is the first day of February. The average highs in the upper 50s, so we are in the low 70s, well above that today. A few passing clouds, too, that we have our eye on, but no rain, at least no rain yet. I think that might change at some point tomorrow for some and Friday for others as we see the showers starting to increase right here across the Chattahoochee Valley. Tonight, with no rain around, let's just track those temperatures for you. Most spots staying rather mild later on this evening until sunset, and then the 50s are expected through the overnight and into early Thursday morning. We'll tell you a little bit more about those rain chances, and we've got to keep looking ahead too to the upcoming weekend, Super Bowl weekend. We'll have your forecast here in a bit, guys.
Thank you. To Washington now. The Senate committee finally voting to approve the nomination of Senator Jeff Sessions from Alabama to be the next Attorney General. This as protesters had to be removed from the room.
Floor, meeting over. We're
Heard that the nomination of a man who will not protect the vulnerable.
Well, the vote was supposed to happen yesterday, but was delayed. All 11 Republicans on the panel voted for Sessions, while all 9 Democrats said no. Republicans changed the rules, which usually require at least one member of each party to be at the vote to proceed. Democrats argue they needed more time to look into Sessions' record.
Our Republican colleagues are trying to rush these through. You know, advise and consent doesn't mean ram the nominees through.
Supporters say Sessions will stand up to Trump and be an independent leader for the Justice Department. The full Senate is expected to vote on the nomination as early as next week.
Also today, a Senate committee has approved President Trump's picks for Health and Treasury Secretaries today. This after a majority of Republicans suspended the panel's rules. The rule they suspended requires at least one Democrat to be present for votes. The Senate Finance Committee approved Georgia GOP Representative Tom Price to become Health Secretary and Financier Steve Mnuchin to be Treasury Secretary by a pair of 14-0 votes. They will now go to a vote before the full Senate.
The Senate also approving former ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson as the next Secretary of State.
Are there any senators?
The vote from the Senate floor, you see here, was 56-43 in favor. All Republicans voted for him, and most Democrats voted against him. Lawmakers had questions about his approach to Russia and state sponsors of terrorists such as Iran.
Also on the floor today, Betsy DeVos, the nominee for Education Secretary, facing some new opposition from Senators Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, both questioning her after DeVos voiced in favor of charter schools.
Well, World News Tonight will have complete coverage as all of these cabinet picks wait to be confirmed. You can watch right after News Leader 9 at 6.
And coming up a little later in this newscast, we'll have a reaction as President Trump makes a pick for his Supreme Court nominee.
Well, from Central to Eufaula, Top, Lynette, and many more, high school students, family, and friends waiting to see what colleges they would play for.
And today, the wait over as they announce who they would play for on this National Signing Day. Signed on the dotted line, this is the action local high school students did as they committed to play college sports, and we saw plenty of local students do just that today.
And our Dave Platt is here now to break down all of the action for National Signing Day right here in the Valley. And Dave, an exciting day always for high school athletes, right?
Absolutely, because today was the big day, National Signing Day, the day where the year-long recruiting dance ends and the prospects find a chair at the college of their choice. Now, the big name from this area, central linebacker Markale Benton. Benton ranked 50th in the nation by ESPN.com. Happy to be officially heading to Tuscaloosa as a member of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, the Fed, Jatavius Whitlow pulling a surprise. Tulane, Troy, UAB the finalists, but Auburn offering last night, which was gladly accepted.
I think it's a kid's dream to get to play at the University of Alabama. I've always wanted to play with Alabama since I was young because they won back in the day and they're still winning now. If you want to be the best, you got to compete with the best, you got to play with the best on the team with you.
I had got the call like yesterday, and talking about they want me to come over there for Auburn. And I was like, I've been wanting to go to Auburn for the longest. And for them to call me yesterday, I got excited. And I told my mom instantly. They were like, calm down, we'll talk about it at home. I got on the phone with Good last night, and I told my mom that I want to go. I wanted to go to Auburn.
Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. 70 more players signing. We'll have a full wrap-up tonight in sports at 6 Eastern, guys.
All right, exciting days, as you said. Sports Leader 9 has you covered with all of the signing day coverage on air and online.
Just go to the homepage of WTVM.com and you'll find the story with all the coverage. A busy day for sure for Paul and Dave.
Yeah, and a good day for these athletes and their families for sure. Well, praise and dislike, two different reactions coming today as President Donald Trump makes a pick to fill the vacant Supreme Court seat. Reaction to the primetime announcement on the pick from last night, straight ahead.
And one of the largest Columbus-based companies doing pretty well last year. Just how well? We'll tell you what the 2016 earnings report reveals for Aflac.
And a big congratulations to Francis Sanders from Phoenix City, our umbrella winner this week, winning that WTVM and Energy Savers umbrella. We'll have another one coming up for you on Friday, and we'll talk about, again, how to register to win over on the weather tab at WTVM.com. After the break, we've got to preview that forecast as we get set for Super Bowl weekend and take a look ahead to some more winter temperatures in the 9-day planner.
Storm Team 9 Alert Center, WTVM Chief Meteorologist Derek Kincaid.
Well, we want to welcome you into the month of February. I always like to take a look at the almanac for the month here on the first day. Now, the average high and low, 59 and 38, that's today. By the end of the month, you can tell that this is a month that we really start that warming trend. We're at 65 and 43 by month's end. We also start to see the tree pollen coming back by the end of this month, and it can get quite warm around here. The record high, 84 degrees for the month. The record low, 3 below zero back in 1899. This is also the month that Columbus picked up its biggest snow ever on the February 9th and 10th of 1973. So a month that we can definitely see a lot of change. Big swings in temperature, warm to cold, severe weather, snow. We've had it all in February, and we'll be looking ahead to what the month has to offer for us. We know that it's going to start out warm. Today, highs were in the 70s. I think we'll be there again tomorrow. Then as we get set for the weekend, some change back in the picture for us. Saturday will be a relatively cool day with a high at 59. And then as we get ready for Sunday, we bring in a rain chance. We've lowered the chance, too, to about 30%. So just not that confident. We're going to pick up good rain around here on Sunday. Many spots will stay dry. And as we've been talking about, if you have those Super Bowl plans that might take you outside for any reason, I wouldn't worry too much about those rain chances. Just be prepared, of course, just in case with that umbrella nearby and the free WTVM weather app. Now, winter makes a return to the picture, too. Next week. It's going to be about a week or so from now, 7, 8, 9 days before we start to see another shot of very cold air due back in here. So nothing cold about these temperatures. 74 at Fort Benning on the east side of town, 70 at Smith Station, 69 in Lynette, and 71 in Pine Mountain. Those numbers look pretty similar all across the Chattahoochee Valley. Low 70s for most everyone on what has been a very above average day. On the big picture, you'll notice up to the north, that's where we're still looking at that main track of storms. That's where most of the clouds are. The snow, the showers, we really just are going to keep the main track of the big storms well north of the area over the next couple of days. But as we get into Thursday, as we get into Friday, we're going to see a front drop to the south and at least approach the Chattahoochee Valley. You can see that here in our futurecast by tomorrow. Notice all the rain there up to the north of us around I-20. Those showers may approach us to where we have to mention a slight risk of a passing shower Thursday. You'll notice the green here very widely spaced. We don't see a lot of it, so only going with about a 10% rain coverage on Thursday. The chance for Friday may be a little bit higher. You'll see more of those showers that could move on through. Still, this is not going to be a washout for you Friday. You want to have the umbrella handy, but the coverage of rain only about 20% or so as we get ready for the end of this week. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, lows back in the upper 40s and low 50s. Not as cool as it was this morning. You still might need the light jacket when you're starting your day on Thursday. Also, watch out for some patchy fog as we start the day tomorrow. That could hamper travel in a few spots. Now, tomorrow afternoon, highs upper 60s, low 70s, fairly close to where we were today, but we are going to deal with more clouds during the day tomorrow. And it will be, of course, warmer than average overall as we get you set for your Thursday. And over the next 9 days, a lot of change going on here as we get you set for the weekend. There's your rain chance. Heading into next week, that's where we start to see that cooler weather starting to make its presence known around here. Maybe the highs in the 40s and 50s by next Friday. Again, that's not this time around, but next Friday, another shot for some cooler air.
Still not too bad, though, for February.
Yeah.
In the heart of winter here, so
looks like we're going to get the first, again, 9, 10 days of the month without any major threats for winter or severe weather, and that's always good news.
One month into 2017 already?
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Time's flying. All right, Derek, thank you.
All right.
Vice President Mike Pence and newly nominated pick for the Supreme Court Neil Gorsuch arriving on Capitol Hill today for a series of meetings. More people are reacting as President Trump nominated Gorsuch last night to fill the vacant seat on the court left open when Justice Antonin Scalia passed away. While most Republicans are supporting this pick, some Democrats are pushing back, saying the pick doesn't reflect someone who can uphold the U.S. Constitution.
We in the Senate have a constitutional duty to examine his record robustly, exhaustively, and comprehensively.
My hope is the Democrats in the Senate will set aside their anger at the election results and will recognize that the people have spoken.
Now, a debate for the new Supreme Court nominee is expected to start within 6 weeks. Trump hinted today if Democrats try to push a delay in the confirmation, he would push for Republicans to change the rules to get Gorsuch confirmed for the Supreme Court.
And the protests continue over Trump's immigration ban, this one taking place at Rutgers University in New Jersey. The Department of Homeland Security officials on Tuesday said 872 refugees will be allowed to enter the U.S. this week while defending President Trump's executive order on immigration and refugees. The executive order says refugees who were ready to travel where it could cause hardship should be considered for waivers. 900 State Department employees also signed a memo in opposition to the president's executive order.
And President Trump's national security advisor says the administration is putting Iran, quote, on notice after it tested a ballistic missile. The White House says, quote, Iran is now feeling emboldened, criticizing the Obama administration for failing to respond to the problem.
It is not clear what they mean by putting Iran on notice. A defense official said this week the missile test ended with a failed re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere.
With the Super Bowl comes many parties and events, but this means some will drink and try to drive. What warning Georgia State Police have if someone tries to do that?
And what has been a search for a missing Dougherty County child after the recent tornadoes has now turned into a different kind of investigation, while the GBI decided to look into the parents of the missing child. That's ahead on the news at 5:30. Well, Columbus-based insurance giant Aflac says that they continue to see big growth as they release the fourth quarter earnings for 2016. The company says total earnings for the quarter increased 12% to $6 billion with a net earning of $751 million. They also reported a net earning of $2.7 billion for the year. Aflac said in the earnings report they continue to work hard to achieve earning objectives while also ensuring they deliver on a promise to policyholders.
Well, Georgia State Police reminding football fans to plan a way home if they plan to drink during Super Bowl weekend. Law enforcement agencies are stepping up patrols to take impaired drivers off the roads this weekend. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says one person is killed every 51 minutes in a drunk driving crash in the U.S. In Georgia, alcohol is a factor in 1 out of every 4 fatal crashes.
Let me tell you something. The Falcons are going to win. We know that's going to happen. And there's going to be a victory parade coming right down the streets of this city. I would rather you see it in person than from the TV in a jail.
Well, AAA is also offering its free tow-to-go program again for anyone who plans to drink during this Super Bowl weekend. Starting Friday and until Monday morning, you can call the toll-free number there on your screen and get you and your car towed anywhere within a 10-mile radius.
And a reminder, the Super Bowl game will air on our sister station, Fox 54, this Sunday at 6:30 Eastern Time. Lady Gaga will entertain the crowd at the game as the halftime performance.
Now, Fox 54 will also air a special on the Super Bowl with some of the big highlights. You can catch the special right after the premiere of 24 Legacy, which will air right after the Super Bowl on Fox.
And a special goodbye to a longtime employee here at WTVM and our parent company, Raycom Media. As his last day was today, we all gathered last week to say goodbye to David Williams.
He's the Regional Director of Technology at Raycom, retiring after 35 years with the company, holding his granddaughter there. David's been an integral part of everything you see on air here at Newsletter 9, in charge of all technical aspects. We congratulate him on his retirement, wish him much success. He will definitely be missed.
Those are all the folks wishing him well at his goodbye party there. Great guy. Did a great job here too for us.
That does it for the News at 5. We're back with more late-breaking headlines in just a few minutes.
And the News at 5:30 is coming up next. A new tax on hard liquor could soon be coming to Lee County. Why the proposal was put forth now and where the funds will go to this, all straight ahead on the News at 5:30.